Okay, in this video, we are going to be taking a look at Google Sites and a couple different ways that you can improve on your website using Google Sites. The easiest way to get there, in my opinion, is go to drive.google.com and you can click on New and this More tab and then go to Google Sites. Of course, you can always Google Sites and it will take you to a page similar to this as well. Or I have a link to this on Canvas. You might see a separate page that has a list of all of your different Google Sites. If you just click on Create New, you should get to a page that looks similar to this. And this is the blank canvas that will be your Google site. So if I was to create a Google site about a topic like penguins, I would name my website Penguins right here. Right here is going to be the header, the banner for your main page. In this case, we are on the main page. This is the page that everyone will see when they first enter your website. So if we just click here, we can type in like home page, penguins, something like that. But we can also do a couple other things to this header as well. For instance, we can change the header type so it's the whole, you get this whole big cover. You can make it so it's a large banner, just the banner, or the title only. In this case, let's do a banner. And you can change the background picture of this as well. If you click on this button right here, you can have a bunch of different themes to your banner. And you can also insert an image. So you can either upload an image that you find yourself, just either Googling, taking it off the internet, or if it's a picture that you take yourself, all of that works. Or you can go to select image and you can just search for whatever image you're looking for. So if I was looking for penguins, I type in penguin and find a nice banner. Let's just pick that one. And it will change the background image of your header to the penguins. You also have a couple different options for your font as well. You can change the font size, you can change the actual font itself, make it bold, a lot of different things like that. You can even make it a hyperlink, but we'll go more into that in a second. So I actually am going to delete this home page and just call this penguins. So we have our header. If you choose not to have a header, that's fine. Just hit this trash can icon right here. Down here is the body of your page. So over here on the right-hand side is basically like all of the different things that you can add to your Google Sites. Now, Google Sites is fairly simple, which means that the options are limiting, but that doesn't mean that you can't get creative with it. So there's a couple different options here. The main four that you are going to be using are the text boxes, images, embed, and drive. So if I click on text box, it's automatically going to create a text box for me. I can type in whatever I want here in the text box. And you are free to, just like for the header, you're free to center this in the middle of your text box. You're free to make this text box small so it's off to the side. Lots of different options there for you. It is fairly simple too. So if you wanted to click and drag this over to right here, you're totally able to. Now you can also add pictures as well down here. So if I clicked on images and select, and just like we did for the header, you can go to Google Images, type in anything that you want to search for, and then find a picture of whatever you want. So we have our picture here, and you are free to organize these images however you want. So if I wanted this to be on top of here, you can do that, and then like right above your picture. There's a lot of different ways to organize this. One of the easier things that I do recommend is using these content blocks, and if you click on one, it will automatically orient a text box and pictures however you'd like it to be. So in this case, if I clicked on this content block, it would put the picture on the left-hand side and the text on the right-hand side. It looks like you have a larger text and a smaller text. And then you're free to edit this how you want. So say if I change my mind and I want the picture on the right-hand side, I can drag it just like that. Now, you can also organize the order of your website. So if I wanted to drag this whole content block in the middle of my text and my pictures, I'm free to do that as well. So let's take a look at these options down here. We have a couple different options. We can do a collapsible group, and this means that we can expand it or shrink it. Depending on like if you want it to open up or not. You have a table of contents. You also have an image carousel. So if I wanted to have a rotating array of pictures, I could add a ton of different pictures of penguins and then it would cycle between them. So let's just choose two different pictures. Let's do actually 3 different pictures. And so I have these pictures of these penguins, and then when I hit insert, you can change the settings of that. So if you wanted to change how fast it cycles through, you can do that by clicking on right here, and then you can choose the speed. So if you wanted to automatically start cycling through, you check mark on this auto start, and you can change the transition speed to very slow, then to fast. So if I was to do it fast, and let's take a look at what this image carousel looks like if we were previewing it as a viewer and not an editor. So this is my website right here. And we have our image carousel here that just cycles between all the different pictures. And people can manually toggle when it switches as well. So if we were to exit the preview option, and let's move down a little bit, we can add dividers, and that just basically adds like a line, kind of helps break up the different contents on your Google site. You can also add YouTube videos if you wish. You can either put in the URL, or we can just video search just like we would normally on YouTube. So if I just search for penguins on YouTube, it would give me a bunch of different videos. So this is a baby penguin tries to make friends. Select that, and then my video is automatically going to pop up on my website here. And you're free, just like all the other text boxes, images, you're free to organize them how you wish. Now, another thing that you can add are calendars. So you could add a aquarium calendar if you wish. You can also add anything that you've made on Google Documents on your My Drive. You can add those too. So your Google Docs, your Google Slides, Google Sheets, all of those you can add to your website as well. One last thing that I wanted to show you as far as inserting things into pages is the button tab. And this is basically going to be a button with a hyperlink attached. So it will automatically take you to a website. So if I say like, click here to check out more penguins, I could also find a website that I want to link them to. Let's see. The Wikipedia page for penguins. So if I click on that, highlight the URL, copy this using Control-C, or you can right-click and go to copy, and then you can paste the link here, hit insert, and now you have a button that if I click on it, it will take me to the Wikipedia page about penguins. So if we click on the preview page again, just to see what it looks like as someone who is visiting our website, we have our video, and then if I click here, it will automatically take me to the Wikipedia page of penguins. Okay, so we kind of got a basic introduction of the different things that we can add to our Google Sites. Now is a matter of making different pages. So we have our home page here. This is what we've been working on this whole time. But I can make a second page as well, and it can be, you have a couple different options, a full page embed, a new link, or a new page. In most cases, you'll just be making a new page. So if I click on new page, and if I say, learn more about penguins, now I have 2 different pages up here that will take me to my different pages. If I click on home, this is what we've been working on this whole time, and then if I click on learn more about penguins, you'll notice that the picture on the header is still the same. Now you are free to change the header between each of your different pages, but if you wanted more of a cohesive feel, then you can leave it that way as well. So we covered how to insert things in your pages, we covered how to create new pages, we covered how to change your theme. We touched on that briefly, but there's a lot of different options with your theme, as well as the colors. Pick what one suits your website the best. We covered how to preview your Google Sites. Now we need to learn how to publish. So in order for somebody else to see your web page, you're going to need to publish it first. And anytime you make changes to your Google Sites, you need to republish it so it adds those new changes. So if I click on this publish tab here, it will say, what is the name of your website? In this case, we'll call it Penguins. And this is the full URL of my website. If I click publish now, we have published our website, and now we are free to copy the site link or send it to other people. One thing that you want to make sure of is when you click on this share with others, if you need to be sure to change the general access so that your published site is at least in jordandistrict.org. If you changed it to public, then anybody on the internet would be able to access your website. If you have concerns about that, you can just change it to jordandistrict.org. And if you don't want anybody to see your draft, so what I was working on before I published it, just keep this unrestricted and that should be fine. Here I can type in anybody that I want to directly share this website with. But in order to turn this in on Canvas for your assignment, I recommend clicking on this icon right here that says Copy Publish Site Link. If I click on that and click on Copy Link, I should be able to paste that in Canvas from here, and that is how I prefer you turn in your websites. Other than that though, you should have all the tools necessary in order to create your Google site. If you have any questions, please let me know.